as we step onto the pitch against NAC. We just need to make sure we avoid defeat in our next 2 games, and we will be looking at the Invincible side of 2027. What's going on, guys? My name is Adam. I am a Super Swan. I work at a club for episode 16 of the FM20 Campus to Champions, and this is it. We've got 2 league games left of this season, and we could become the Invincibles. We only need 1 point from those 2 games to actually win the league and retain our title. But in all fairness, I think this league champ title is over for Ajax because we are just so far ahead of them in the goal difference. We have to lose both of our games. They have to score something like 17 goals to catch up to us. So I think we have retained the title. But if we can get a point out of those 2 games, this is it. We have done it. So it's all about now, if we can avoid defeat in the last 2 games, we will become the Invincibles. So our first game is against NAC, who are in 10th place in the league. Obviously, not much has changed since the last time you were with us. We did win against Armia City, but other than that, we won 2-1. Pretty standard performance. We absolutely dominated them. But this is going to be our first lineup for NAC. Hermoso in goal, Valerino, Cisse, Van Droglen and Zifuk at the back, because unfortunately Hoover is suspended for the first game. He should be back for the second. Klaus and Charpentier in the middle, with Hadji, Bougerine and Douan on the right-hand side. Booch and Horan leads the line. So all we need is to avoid defeat in this game, and we would have defended our title. If we can avoid defeat in the next game as well, we are the Invincibles. So we are at home in the Eredivise. So I'm going to tell them we are the favourites here. Go out there and give the fans a performance to cheer for. As we step onto the pitch against NAC, we just need to make sure we avoid defeat in our next 2 games, and we will be looking at the Invincible side of 2027. As we start with a highlight 3 minutes in, Klaus from the midfield, he's been a brilliant signing. Valerino's done well since we lost our first choice left back Leeson to Atletico Madrid, as Hadji tries to shoot but blocked. And Bougerine to Douan, Zifuk, the backup right back, almost put us 1-0 up in this game. As we do get a corner from that shot, but it is cleared away, and Hadji's going to recycle. Gets it back to Douan, PSV holding on to the ball very well, and the flag is up, he's offside. Corner 13 minutes in, Bougerine whips it in, headed away as far as Ritsu Douan, the Japanese international, to Charpentier, 1-2 between them. We just need someone to pull the trigger and take the shot. Ritsu Douan does just that, but it wasn't a shot that was on target and in the goal. Free kick, Charpentier outside the area, puts it wide. We are knocking on the door as we get a highlight 18 minutes in from the free kick. NAC have not had a single shot in this game so far. It is all PSV. And if we look at their season, they have a chance to climb up to 8th place. So it's not, their season's still to play for. I'm not sure how many European places there are. But Booch and Horan almost scored. And it's another highlight PSV have left go begging for this game. Corner, 22 minutes. Ritsu Douan puts it in. Headed away, not a very good corner. But Hadji gives it back to Douan for a second chance here. Charpentier outside the area, and it's 1-0 to PSV. Patrick Charpentier with the goal. He only scores screamers, Charpentier. He scored one in the top corner earlier in the season from outside the area, and now he scored a low drive into the corner for our first goal against NAC. Low drive in the corner, 1-0 up, and we will be champions the way things stand. Throw in 25 minutes. Surely there's going to be more goals in this game for PSV. Like I said, we've had 13 shots, 63% possession. NAC haven't even had a single shot yet. So we want to try and pile on the misery as much as we can, as Hadji missed his chance to pile on the misery. 39 minutes, 5 minutes to go before half-time. I would like a second goal, just to rubber stamp that we are going to be winning this game. As Van Drogelen plays it all the way back to Hermoso. He's going to take his time, plays it short. And if we can get a second goal before half-time, I'll be very happy with that performance. As Hadji tries to win it, but does lose out. Wins it back though, and Buchenhoren finds Bougerine, takes a shot. Over the bar. Like I say, we're just knocking on the door. We just cannot find that second goal. And I think it was that game we had. Who was it we played in the last episode? Sparta Rotterdam. Very similar type of game, really, where we're all over them. We just cannot find the second goal. As Hadji hears my cry and gets goal number 2. He has been back in form. We were slagging him off for a good few episodes earlier in the season. But Hadji has come back to form and he has scored a goal here to make it 2-0. I think that will be enough to get the win here today. As Hadji takes it down, takes a shot, top corner, goalie couldn't stop it. And I did say I would like a second goal before half-time. And Hadji has listened to my praise. So we're going to make sure that we tell them, do not let your performance levels drop. Just because you're winning 2-0 doesn't mean they can come back into it. As we've got 45 minutes away from lifting the title. 70 minutes, very quiet second half. So I am going to use this opportunity to rest a few players. Zifuk looking a bit tired, so Regia is going to come on to play right back. Anybody else? Hadji's on 77%. So I think we'll bring Azakan on for him. So double change for PSV. And we're about 20 minutes away from lifting the Eredivise title. 81 minutes. First highlight of the second half, I believe. But we will see it play out and see what happens. As NAC are playing a bit more cautious now. But they have had a shot. Oh, it's a mistake from the keeper. Buchenhoren runs it in. And that is goal number 19 of the season for Miguel Buchenhoren, the star striker at the club. The man we turned down a £77 million bid for Spurs in January. And that is the reason why the goalie took his time, got dispossessed. Buchenhoren, the goalie's doing a moonwalk there, trying to stop him from scoring. But we're 3-0 up, and the league title will be defended today. We have seen off the challenge from Ajax. We did start very poorly. We drew a lot of games early on. But I think after around about November, December, we have really come back into the way we should be playing. As Drost is through, and they do grab a goal. NAC, their first shot on target, they grab a goal. It's Football Manager. That happens quite often. So they do pull one back, but good thing we are 3-1 up here. But Van Drogelen was sleeping there, and it allowed Drost to get a shot away. But as I was saying, we did have a bit of a scare early on in the season. We drew a lot of games, but we have brought it back, and we are 6 points clear of Ajax with 1 game to go. And that is going to make sure we do at least win the title. But we will go into the final game to see if we can go undefeated. As Regia works his way into the box. Crosses it for Azakan. Bougerine shoots. Bougerine scores. Off the post. And it's almost like we go, you can have 1 goal. Because we're just going to score another one straight after it. So 4-1 now the score. Bougerine, very quiet season. He did have that injury towards the end of last season, which did keep him out for a good sort of 3-4 months. But he has worked his way back into the side and has got goal number 4. 87 minutes, the game's not over yet. Ajax are winning 3-1, but it does not matter as we are 4-1 up here against NAC, and that will secure the league title. We only needed to draw. We need 1 point out of our remaining 2 games to win the league. But this game will certainly put it beyond any doubt that we've been the best side in Holland. As Hermoso gives the ball straight to the goal scorer Drost. Plays it in, but Cisse does well to dispossess. As Azakan goes route 1. Buchenhoren's on for a hat-trick. But he couldn't get the shot away. And the goalie does save it after his howler earlier on in the game. But we get a corner. Bougerine whips it in. Cleanaways for Charpentier. Heads it over the bar. And we might as well see this through to full time together. as PSV are getting ready to lift the Eredivise title. We have successfully defended it after that bit of a sort of poor start early on. So that is 2 Eredivise titles whilst we've been in Holland, and that will complete the domestic treble as we've won the Eredivise, the Dutch Cup, and the Johan Cruyff Schal all in the same season. So I'm going to give a passionate congratulations, enjoy your success, as we are now 2-time Eredivise champions. But the season's not over yet, as PSV complete the treble. The board are delighted. Our former goalie Zoat praised the spirit. We've given medals out to the side. We'll praise Hadji. He played well. And Southampton scouting Buchenhoren. 77 mil. And he's yours. But we go into the final game of the season against PSV Venlo. 11th place in the league. We've got one more game to avoid defeat. And we will become the Invincibles. The final game of the season has arrived against PSV Venlo, and if we avoid defeat, we will become the Invincibles. And we've already made 2 changes to the lineup, both enforced due to injuries. Bouzouin picked up a knock, so Marczynski will play, I think, his final game for PSV before going back to Man United, as we do only have him on loan. And Glenn Green leaves the line as Buchenhoren picked up some blisters, so he's going to be out for the rest of the season. But Glenn Green is the... I got to get the name of the league right, if I can find him. So the league below the Eredivise, what's it called? The Kruken Campion Divisi. I've not pronounced that right. He scored 28 goals in that league because he'd been mainly playing for the B squad because he wasn't really getting much game time. But he was their top goal scorer. So I'm confident that Glenn Green can score goals in this last game of the season. We are away from home, so it's not going to be as straightforward as we think it's going to be. But we just need to avoid defeat. That's all we need to do, is not lose. And we will become the Invincibles. I'm going to tell them all, I want you to pick up where you left off last time out. I'll tell Glenn Green that I think he can do it. I've got faith in him to make the difference. And this is the game. A game where we avoid defeat and we will become the Invincibles. Imagine adding that to your CV. 38 minutes, our first highlight of the game. I've shouted show some passion because we're not doing anything to show that we should be in the lead. But Hadji plays it to Cisse, to Klaus from outside the area. Ritsu Duan, oh, it's an absolute screamer. Ritsu Duan, the Japanese international, has got the first goal of this game, and we are 1-0 up. And if we stay the way we are and we don't concede 2 goals, we will be unbeaten throughout the season. As Klaus finds Ritsu Duan, first time shot, top corner as well. What a strike! 1-0 up. Going into half time, very quiet game, not many highlights. As Ritsu Duan gets it to Cisse, it's 2-0 to PSV, and I think it's going to happen. We came close to going undefeated last season before Ajax absolutely smashed us 3-0, and we lost a few more games towards the end of the season. But this season, we've kept up our good form. 2-0 the score now going into half time, and Ritsu Duan has turned up today, scored 1, gave the assist to the other. And like I say, as long as we don't concede 3 more goals, we will be unbeaten throughout the whole year. I'm going to tell the team, don't get complacent. The game's not over yet. And if we look at tactics, anybody we need to bring off. Glenn Green sadly on a 6.5. But I'm going to move him to advanced forward, see if that makes any difference. Because I've always wondered whether pressing forward or advanced forward makes any difference. But we'll try him as advanced forward for the last 45 minutes. And we'll see what happens. As we get a throw in 48 minutes in. So Karjalainen, is that Rasmus Karjalainen? Hang on, hold the phone. Is that Rasmus Karjalainen? Do you reckon? How do I check? If I go to tactics, players, it is Rasmus Karjalainen. We had him in our FM19 save in Brexit Manager. We had him at Cups. He's moved on to PSV Eindhoven. He's a striker now. I mainly played him on the left-hand side, but nice to see former players in the lineup. So, nice to see Rasmus Karjalainen. But we got slightly distracted there. We'll carry on with the highlights. And it is PSV Eindhoven on the ball here. As I say, first highlight of the second half. As Otto, Charpentier's closing him down, but gets the ball eventually. Free kick for Ritsu Duan, 50 minutes in. Finds Cisse again. It's 3-0. And the Ritsu Duan Cisse combination comes back again in the same game to make it 3-0. And we will be unbeaten this season. I can't see PSV Eindhoven scoring 4 goals in 40 minutes. It is happening. We're going to be adding. He's missed. Ritsu Duan was nowhere near that ball when he struck it. But 3-0 up, alright? Let's not argue about it. We're 3-0 up. We're going to go undefeated. We nearly did it last year, but we are going to do it this year. As Ritsu Duan has certainly turned up today. And we've got a lot of strong players on that right-hand side now. We've got Tempo, Azakan, Ritsu Duan, 3 very good wingers. So we might have to have a look through the side in the summer and see if we can afford to lose one of them. As Klaus finds Hoover, it's 4-0 to PSV. Kiana Hoover, a player who's played very well all season, and we got on a free transfer after Liverpool didn't renew his contract, and he's been wanted by a lot of clubs now. I've noticed over the last couple of weeks. But Kiana Hoover on the half volley strikes it in the goal. 4-0 is now the score. 56 minutes, throw into PSV. We are not done scoring goals yet. As Glenn Green off the crossbar. Unlucky from our player who's been with us for the majority of this save. Unlucky Glenn Green. I'd love to get him to go to goal. 20 minutes to go. Ritsu Duan's picked up a knock, so I think it is time to bring him off. We'll bring Azakan on for him. Well done, Ritsu Duan. You've had a very good game today. Anybody else, I think we're pretty alright for. So only the one change. 20 minutes to go. 78 minutes. Charpentier puts it in the box. Headed away. It's a race between Van der Looy and one of our players. I think it's Glenn Green, actually. As Karjalainen plays in Nyland. Makes it in the box, but it's an easy save for Hermoso. Coming into full time. We're just waiting for the game to finish now. And we can put that rubber stamp on that highlight as we will become the undefeated Invincibles of 2027. Maczynski, bit of a poor shot from him. But we're waiting for the full-time whistle. One last highlight for the season. We've done the domestic treble. We've won the Eredivise. We won the Dutch Cup. We've won the Johan Cruyff Schal at the start of the season. We've gone undefeated. We made the last 16 of the Champions League before... we won't talk about what happened in the round of 16. We might have lost 5-0. But, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We've done a good season. But PSV Eindhoven, one last chance for them to get a goal to try and ruin the party. They put it in the box. It goes wide. It's a goal kick. Waiting for that final whistle to go. There's the full-time whistle. And that is a confirmation that PSV have gone the whole season undefeated. I'm going to say I'm very happy with the result. A 4-0 win away from home. I want to see that news article. I want to see us. Ajax drew the last game of the season as well against NEC. But goal glut in PSV, Eredivise, demolition. Ritsu Duan out for 4 days. We'll praise Cisse. He done well. You were superb with your headers. We get £7 million. And look at that competitions. 26 wins, 8 draws, 0 defeats. And that will always stick with us throughout this whole save. Undefeated in the league. What an achievement. Normally we get a news article, so I'm a bit unsure why we haven't had a news article. But I think what we'll do now, as it is the end of the season, we will look at the end of season awards. Before we look at end of season awards, I am going to have a cheeky little look in the job security, because we've been here 2 years now. We've won the league, we've gone undefeated. So let's have a look at any potential job. The Leicester job's available. 4 stars. What's it look like? £2.1 million wage budget? Do I want to go to Leicester? Is Leicester a step up from PSV? I don't know. I don't know about that. They are 4 stars, mind. We're only 3.5, I think, if I go to Club Info. Yeah, we're only 3.5. But is Leicester really a step up from PSV? Because we're going from a team that's just gone undefeated in the Champions League to a Leicester side that finished 7th in the Premier League. I know they're a bigger club, but I don't know. Bit unsure on that one. Napoli job? That's an interesting job. But then we did go there last season. Well, I say last season, last year in FM19. So I'm not going to go to Napoli. I've already been to Napoli in a journeyman, so we're not going to go there. Chelsea? That's an interesting job. Valencia's an interesting job. The other one's not so much. So those are the 2 big ones, I would say. Any insecure ones? Sevilla? I've never managed in Spain. I'd love to go to Spain, so Sevilla would be a good shout. Lyon? Another good shout. Haven't managed in France before. So there's some interesting jobs. Porto. But I think the big ones really are Chelsea, Valencia, maybe Leicester. Maybe Leicester. I don't know. I'm really not sure on Leicester. Do I apply? I'll put my name in the hat, right? We'll put my name in the hat. You know, I'm not saying I'm going, but we'll see what happens. I might not even get the job, but we'll see what happens. But we'll go to the end of season awards anyway. We'll see what comes up, and we'll see what our teams look like all season. End of season awards time, and we even have a news article to say that PSV finished the season unbeaten, winning 26 of their 34 games. So it's nice to get an email as a recognition to show of our achievements. Ritsu Duan praising the manager. He did well as well. Ritsu Duan's a very good player. The overall best 11. So who's in the team? 3 players. Azakan, Hadji and Hermoso are the ones in the team now. So if you want to look at the PSV's best 11, you can look at it there. And that's where they all are now, should you want to know. End of season awards, Kiana Hoover, player of the season. Yeah, I'd say he's had a very good season, Kiana Hoover. And we got him on a free as well. So Klaus came in second and Van Drogelen come in third. No place for Buchenhoren, which is quite surprising. But Ritsu Duan scored goal of the season against Feyenoord. We will watch this together and see what type of goal Ritsu Duan. He scores very important goals, Ritsu Duan does. So let's see what he does. So he beats one player, comes inside, keeps on going, and then shoots it in the corner. 2-1. I think it was the winning goal against Feyenoord. Yeah, I've seen better. I've definitely seen better, but we'll give him goal of the season. Kiana Hoover was signing of the season. We got on a free transfer from Liverpool. And Arsene Klaus wins Young Player of the Season. Buchenhoren top goal scorer, 19 goals. Kiana Hoover, the highest average rating with 7.52. Ritsu Duan had the most assists with 9. Van Drogelen, best pass completion. Buchenhoren, the most player of the matches. And then the Naughty Boys Club, Cisse got 10 yellow cards. And Arsene Klaus got the only red card of the season. Team of the year, Hermoso in goal, Leeson who went on to Atletico Madrid, Cisse, Van Drogelen and Hoover. I'd probably say that's our first choice defence. Charpentier and Klaus, Azakan, Matrinsky and Duan. So no place for Hadji in the team of the season. And Buchenhoren leading the line. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty solid team of the year. So season review. It was a memorable season for PSV Eindhoven as they tasted success in the Eredivise, Toto KNVB Becker and the Johan Cruyff Schall. PSV Eindhoven expect to make much of the Eredivise title running and lived up to their pre-season billing by finishing top of the pile. We had a 7-0 win over 20 and our moment to forget was a 1-1 draw against FC Emmen. So if you want to look at the side of the first ever season, that's where they are. As far as club vision and expectations, what they want us to do. Challenge for the Eredivise title. Reach the Champions League group stage, which is fine. So very similar goals to where we are now. I'm happy with that vision. Play attacking football, play high tempo. I'm very happy with all of that. And yeah, so as far as sort of transfers for next season. So if I look at the squad depth, where do I want to strengthen the side? So in goal, we're very happy with Hermoso. He's first choice. DeLonge, 2 stars, but a very suitable backup. Fallerino's going to be leaving out on loan, so I think we do need to invest in a left back going into the new season. Cloving's going to be leaving as well, so that does only leave us with 2 solid centre-back options. So a centre-back is definitely going to be on the cards. I might even look to promote from the B squad and see who we've got to come up to try and sort of give us some more strength in depth. Right back, we're looking pretty good, to be honest. Hoover's first choice, and then we're going to promote Donkers from the B squad. He's looked very good all season, so he's going to be in and around the first team next season. 2.5-star current ability. He's hit his peak already, but he's a very good backup option, so Donkers can come in, and Zifuk obviously is a backup as well. Midfield, we're very strong in the midfield. Klaus, Charpentier, Regia, Van Putten, and Luis Gustavo. So we're looking very good in midfield. I would even probably go as far as saying we could probably sell Regia, because he hasn't really been in and around the side very much. So I'd probably not even look at the midfield as far as strength goes. Attacking positions, Azakan and Hadji, they give us options on the left. Buadu as an emergency. Motrinski's going to go back to Man United, so we've got Ekelkamp and Boujarine. We could get a 4-star attacker midfield if we can find one, but I'm pretty happy with our options there. On the right, Ritsu Duan, Azakan and Tempo. Again, very solid options. Azakan can play both sides, as can Ritsu Duan at a push, but wing, we're looking pretty strong. And up front, we got Buchenhoren, Buadu and Glenn Green. So realistically, defence is going to be where we're looking. So left back, centre back, maybe an attacking midfielder, maybe a striker. We can sell Buadu, maybe. I mean, he's worth 20 mil, so we could probably get some money for Buadu and invest in a wonder kid striker just to give us some options. So I think as far as priorities go, it's going to be centre back, left back, attacking midfield. I think those are our 3 places to have a look at. So that is it for the season, and if I show you the job centre, I have been looking at jobs, seeing what's around. I'm eyeing up this Valencia job more than anything, because that's the job I really would like. But I've put some applications in, so Chelsea, Leicester, Lazio and Napoli. Now, I'm not going to Napoli, but I want to see how far I get with the application, see if I'll get an interview and see what goes on there. But Lazio, Leicester and Chelsea are the jobs I've put in for. Obviously, Chelsea would be first choice. Lazio, I wouldn't mind going to Lazio. That would be an interesting option to go to. Leicester, well, I don't know. I really don't know about Leicester, if I'm being honest. I know they're a 4-star team and I know they're in the Premier League, but I don't know. I'm a bit half-hearted on going to Leicester. But, I mean, I'm all up for staying at PSV. I'm not looking to get out. I might just wait for the right opportunity to come along. So I am going to plan for a 3rd season with PSV. But we'll see how the summer sort of unravels and see what happens before we make any decisions. So next time we'll probably go through the summer, probably have a few job interviews, and we prepare for season 3 of PSV. Or we could be on our way. Who knows? Anything can happen. You gotta tune in to find out. But leave a like if you enjoy, guys. Subscribe to the channel for more Football Manager 2020 content. We will be uploading Campus to Champions every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, 6 PM GMT. And tune in next time, as we'll either have a pre-season with PSV or we'll have job hunting, searching, interviews, anything. I could be at PSV, we could be moving on. Who knows? Thank you very much for watching.